And thank you very much. It's TV3 New Day. We told you about the exclusive with the National Communications Officer of the NDC, lawyer Sammy Gyamfi, is in the studio. Sam, good morning. How are you doing?
We can't complain.
Why are you being a thorn in the flesh of the government?
Me?
Yes,
as an individual?
You are organizing Arise Ghana. You are here talking on radio, TV, issuing press statements and all of that. You are certainly being a thorn in the government's flesh.
Well, first of all, Arise Ghana is bigger than Sammy Gyamfi. As you may be aware, Arise Ghana is an amalgamation of activists from diverse backgrounds. We have representation from all the political parties in Ghana, duly registered in the group. For instance, the National Communications Secretary of the PNC, the National Women's Organizer of the PNC, and the National Youth Organizer of the PNC are members of the Arise Ghana Coalition.
Okay.
The General Secretary of the APC, the Youth Organizer of the APC, and the Women's Organizer of the APC are members of Arise Ghana. The General Secretary of GUM, my brother, Comrade Kojo Gold, is also a member of Arise Ghana. We have the coalition of youth organizers, made up of youth organizers of parties like the CPP, the PPP, the GCPP, all represented in Arise Ghana. Then we have our friends from civil society, the likes of Duncan Amwa of COPEC, Mensa Thompson of ASEPA, and a lot more, groups, civil society groups, part of this Arise Ghana coalition. We have the various drivers' unions, the Okada Riders Association, the Fishermen and Fishmongers Association, and a host of other groupings. So it is a truly nationalistic group that has its membership drawn from, all walks of life.
What are you seeking to achieve?
And we are leading a crusade against the continuous misrule and misgovernance of Ghana by the current duty bearers of our country, particularly President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and his vice Alhaji Bawumia. And we are determined to champion a relentless advocacy and nationalistic mobilization against the stealing of state assets, state lands, and the imposition of draconian policies, crippling taxes on the ordinary Ghanaian that has imposed untold hardships on the people of this country. And the first major activity that we are embarking upon is the demonstration scheduled for the 28th and 29th of this month.
Why 2 days?
And that demonstration will be historic because it is going to be 2 days.
Right.
And it is going to be a demonstration through which we'll be protesting against, number one, the excruciating hardships Ghanaians are going through. Johnny, the hardships in the country today are just too much.
But you don't look like you're going through hardship.
Why?
Look at your nice kaftan and your shiny shoes and your beautiful watch.
I mean, this is a kaftan that I bought at about 700 Ghana cedis many years ago. These shoes are old. This watch is old. And that in itself doesn't mean that things are well.
See, now things are tough.
You see, I am a Ghanaian. I buy fuel. And the gallon of diesel and petrol that I used to buy at 14 Ghana cedis in 2016 is today selling at a whopping 61 Ghana cedis. The Oloka of Gary that I used to buy, I like Gobe a lot.
Right.
And the Oloka of Gary that I used to buy and store in the house for Gobe at 5 Ghana cedis in 2016 is today selling at 12 Ghana cedis. A bag of maize, for those who like kinke, for those who like banku, and other staples made from maize. A bag of maize, the big size, that used to sell at 170 Ghana cedis in 2016 is today being sold at a whopping 700 Ghana cedis. Okay? A bag of sachet water that we used to buy in 2016 at 1 cedi 50 pesos is today being sold at 8 Ghana cedis. And one sachet water that used to sell at 5 pesos is today being sold at 30 pesos. And I can go on and on and on. A bag of cement that was being sold at about 27, 28 Ghana cedis in 2016 today is selling at over 62 Ghana cedis. You see, we are not saying that there should be no inflation. We are not saying that prices should not go up. Right. Prices will obviously go up.
So what are you
saying? With changing times. It is the astronomical changes in prices vis-a-vis the dwindling incomes of Ghanaians that has led to the unprecedented hardships we are going through. And we are saying enough is enough. Government must show empathy. Government must listen to the cry of Ghanaians, including MPP supporters. Because you see, Johnny, when you go to the pumps, whether Shell or Total, to buy fuel, we don't have different set of prices for MPP members and another set of prices for NDC members or CPP members. So we are all feeling the heat. We are all suffering. When you go to the market and you find the price of food commodities skyrocketing, it affects all of us. And so this is a national cause. This is a patriotic cause. And that is why earlier today you had my brother, the former national chairman of the PNC, Comrade Bernard Mona, in the studio talking about some of these issues. We have all come together. Comrade Bercham, 4 of the MPP is with us. Comrade Listo Nanapoku of the MPP are all with us. And we have had founding and leading members of the MPP.
Dr. Yahoo Tamaklo says he will join your
He says he will be attending the demonstration.
What does that mean for you?
Dr. Rekubrobe has also endorsed the demonstration. And in fact, we have indication from other leading members of the New Patriotic Party that they will be participating.
What does that mean for you?
What that means is that we are moving beyond the partisanship and we are looking at the interests of Ghana. Because without Ghana, there will not be any political parties. I, Sammy Gyamfi, sitting here, I am first of all a Ghanaian before an NDC member. This is our country. It is not for President Akufo-Addo and Alhaji Bawumia. We, the young people of this country, we are the future of this country. And it behoves on us to arise now and protect the destiny of this country. And so, yes, one of the reasons why we're embarking on this demonstration, like I've said, is the excruciating hardships in the country, occasioned largely by the persistent and astronomical hikes in fuel prices. And so, for example, with regards to fuel prices, we are saying that it is unjustifiable for the good people of this country to be paying a 10 pesos baller tax on every liter of diesel and petrol. It is unacceptable. It is unacceptable for governments to be collecting COVID levies from Ghanaians in these difficult times of hardships.
We need to bounce back. We need to recover. Russia, Ukraine, war, now there's COVID. We need to bounce back.
No, number one.
That's the government.
Number one. Did COVID affect Ghana more than Nigeria? Did COVID affect Ghana more than the US? Did COVID affect Ghana more than China, where COVID was first discovered? Did COVID affect Ghana more than Togo and Benin? Did COVID affect Ghana than any of the nations of the world? The answer is no. But Ghana is the only country in the world that has imposed a COVID levy on its citizens. Check it. Quote me anywhere. Ghana is the only country in the world. Do we have HIV levy? Do we have malaria levy? I mean, the tax simply doesn't make sense. Simply doesn't make sense. What responsible governments who have empathy and care for the plight of their people are doing all across the world is that they are provided a cushion for the ordinary people and for businesses. They are supporting businesses with loans, soft loans. Some are even giving grants, momu, to citizens, including African countries like Kenya. Our government is taking a 1% COVID levy from us on VAT and on the NHIL, double jeopardy, in this difficult time. And when they take the money, what do they use the money for? We had over 30 billion COVID-related inflows coming into this country between 2020 and 2021. What has the government used the money for? According to the 2020 parliamentary candidate of the MPP for Sagnerigu, the money was distributed to MPP apparatchiks and parliamentary candidates for campaign purposes in the year 2020. That is what they did with our COVID funds. Is it justified? Now you tell me that. Is it justified that after wasting COVID funds this way, distributing it to their party members, they will tax you and I to pay a COVID levy of 1% on VAT, 1% on NHIL? At the time COVID has even subsided, they claim to have used 42 million cedis. Listen to me carefully, Johnny. Equivalent to 420 billion cedis on the purchase and distribution of kenke without fish and rice without chicken for a handful of people in Kaswa, Kumasi, and Accra during a 3 weeks of partial lockdown. Is this not an insult of our sensibilities? Doesn't this amount to naked thievery, broad daylight robbery? Why was that kenke made of gold? Was the rice they cooked in this country from heaven? And they claim to have spent another 12 million Ghana cedis, equivalent to 120 billion Ghana cedis on dry food. They claim to have spent a whopping $100 million, equivalent to 600 million cedis, which is also equivalent to 6 trillion cedis, on just the procurement of hand sanitizers, Veronica Bacchus, and reusable face masks for SHS students. You steal COVID funds this way. You're unable to account for the funds, and you turn around and impose COVID levy on your people. Why is Ghana the only country that experienced COVID-19? Now back to the issues I spoke about.
The world has been applauding Ghana for managing COVID very well.
Where? You are buying their narrative, their false narrative. But Wumia said that Ghana has been globally acknowledged for its handling of COVID-19. Show me what global or international entity acknowledged Ghana for handling of COVID. Ghana, that inflated the cost of vaccines, Sputnik V vaccines, which were being sold all across the world below $10. Our Minister of Health, without parliamentary approval, without the approval of the Public Procurement Authority, inflated the price of vaccines by 100% and purchased Sputnik V vaccines at $19. At the time, they were being sold below $10. Is that what the world is applauding us for? It's an insult to our sensibilities. Look, I spoke about the issue, high cost of food. I spoke about gari. Right. Gari is made from cassava. I lie.
That's right.
Gari is made from cassava. COVID, echibanche. Is cassava imported from Russia and Ukraine? Is maize imported from Russia and Ukraine? Has Russia and Ukraine imposed a Ebola tax on fuel? Why should we be paying the special petroleum tax on fuel? The special petroleum tax was introduced by the ex-War Mahama administration in 2015, at the time the international price of a barrel of crude oil had declined to below $40, $50. And so we introduced that tax to shore up government's revenue so that we could have money to support the budget for other developmental projects. Today, the price of crude on the international market has increased to above $80, $90 per barrel. And so we've made huge windfall profits because you know that we export oil as a result of that. So why should we be paying special petroleum tax? That tax even had a sunset clause and was supposed to expire in 2017. And President Akufo-Addo called President Mahama names. They called him wicked and insensitive for introducing that tax and promised to scrap it. Why are we paying special petroleum tax in 2022? Why are we paying a price stabilization and recovery levy, yet we are not seeing government cushion or subsidize the price of fuel? We are not seeing government try to even stabilize the price of fuel. Why are we paying a new ESLA, energy sector levy, of 20 pesos on every liter of diesel and petrol? When the MPP criticized ESLA, described it as a nuisance tax, promised to scrap same, yet increase it by 30% and collateralize it for a loan until 2035. And aside that ESLA, they have introduced another ESLA. And so we are calling on them to scrap the Ebola tax, to scrap the special petroleum tax, scrap the price stabilization and recovery levy, which is not being used for its intended purpose. In the last 5.5 years, they have accumulated over 3 billion in price stabilization and recovery process. What have they used the money for? That is what President Akufo-Addo uses to charter ultra luxurious and hyper expensive private jets. You don't know that for a fact, do you? But those monies go into the consolidated fund. And the monies President Akufo-Addo is spending, where are those monies from? What is the source of funding of those expenditures? The consolidated fund.
Figures. The Honorable Blackwell's figures on...
Are they not ashamed of themselves?
On foreign
travel? Are they not ashamed of themselves?
Why
that
should they be?
In these difficult times, when people are even struggling to afford 3 square meals a day, where drivers are suffering, everybody is suffering, you will be spending $20,000 every hour on the rental of private jets. And you come and tell us that the money is not up to $20,000. Should we even be spending $1 on that? You see, these people, they have no conscience. And they are destroying our future, we the young people. And that is why we must arise. That is why even MPP people are beginning to speak up. And let me commend, sometimes we criticize the media, but when they do the right things, we must commend them. Let me commend journalists like yourself for your courage, your patriotism and service to this country, for holding the feet of this government to accountability despite the insult and the threats on you. And let me commend the likes of Dr. Randiabe of Good Morning Ghana, the likes of Samson Ladi Ayinene of Newsfile, the likes of Philip Osebunsu of Asempa, Kevin Ekobedu Taylor, Mugabe Mase, who have all called on Ghanaians to join the Arise Ghana demonstration because they associate with the reasons for the demonstration.
Do you think the young people will come onto the streets tomorrow and Wednesday?
Mark my words, this demonstration will be like none other. This demonstration will be mammoth. It will be gargantuan. It will be historic. And nobody can stop this demonstration.
The police are trying.
In fact, nobody is even trying to stop the demonstration.
The police are in court, are they not?
Well, I am a leading member of Arise Ghana and have not been served with any court process. I have checked with 99% of my colleagues and none of them have been served with any court process. But I've seen the police issue a statement talking about a certain court action they have filed. That in itself is a shame.
Why?
Because when in this country did the police resort to press releases, okay, for the purposes of announcing court actions filed? When you file a court action, you serve the people against whom? The respondents or the defendants in the case. It is wrong. And in fact, it doesn't help the administration of justice for you to issue press releases talking about court actions you have filed and announcing hearing dates for those court actions. Very unprofessional on the part of the police. But let me tell you something.
Tell me.
The court action that has been filed, that I've seen in circulation on social media, is not seeking to injunct the demonstration. That is what I want people to understand. It is not seeking to stop the demonstration. The demonstration is scheduled for 2 days. What that court action is seeking to do is to obtain orders from the court directing the organizers to close the first day of the demonstration, which is tomorrow, Tuesday, the 28th of June, by 3 p.m. That is what they are seeking from the court. On the basis of contrived, unreasonable, and baseless grounds. And I'm going to explain that to you.
Explain.
So first of all, what I want to make clear is that the police is not trying to injunct or stop the demonstration.
They only ask you to amend your time.
And close by 3.
Okay, but you want to
So if you are watching me today, I want to look into this camera. This is my camera, right? I want to look into this camera and tell you that the Rise Ghana demonstration scheduled for Tuesday and Wednesday, that is tomorrow and tomorrow next, will come on live and colored.
Why do you want to have a demonstration into the night?
Yes, I'm going to explain that to you. Now, this is not the first time we are embarking on demonstrations. Most of the times when we embark on demonstrations, we have certain category of Ghanaians who are not able to patronize or attend the demonstration because of the time of the demonstration. So when we started our engagement with various stakeholders and communities, we met the drivers, the Okada riders, the fishmongers, and the fishermen. They told us that, look, we are suffering. Times are hard. And so if you are going to schedule this demonstration for early morning like you usually do, we can't come. Because we need to go to work. We need to go to the market and make some money before we attend this 2-day demonstration. So we then decided that instead of the early mornings that we normally schedule demonstrations for, we will schedule this demonstration not in the night, but in the afternoon, 12 p.m. So the demonstration is not starting in the night. It is starting at 12 p.m.
But they will
on Tuesday, hold on, at the Obra Sport.
Okay.
And we said we will not be in a rush to leave the convergence point. We will converge there between the hours of 12 to 3, sorry. So you can go to work in the morning, close after lunch, and come and join the demonstration even before we hit the streets. And so we've told the police that we will start moving after 3. And 3 p.m. is daytime.
You have an agreement with the police?
Yes, I'm going to explain that to you. I will show you how we arrived at this agreement, but I'm trying to tell you about the current arrangements we have.
Right.
So the demonstration starts after 3. 3 p.m. is daytime. It is not nighttime.
That's right.
And we've said that we are not going to walk for long from Obra Sport through the Ring Road, the Nima Road, to Akweje here, and to the frontage of the Jubilee House. We are walking for just 30 minutes. So by 3:30, we will be at Jubilee House. That is not nighttime. And we are saying that because of the size of the group and the different stakeholders and groups represented, and our plan to allow at least every group's representative deliver a speech so that the media, both international and local, can report same. We are going to have about 30 speakers. And if everyone is going to speak for minimum 10 minutes, the demonstration is likely to drag from 3:30, 4 p.m. there till about 7:30. Initially, we had proposed to do the demonstration overnight, 48 hours non-stop. The regional police command said no, they can't provide us with security. Initially, we opposed and said we're going ahead with the demonstration. The IGP came in, set up a committee to meet with us. We met with them. We explained to them that under the Public Order Act, the police is given power or discretion to do only two things relative to demonstration. Check section 1(6) of the Public Order Act of 1994. Simple. The police can ask you to either relocate your demonstration or to postpone the demonstration if they have reasonable grounds to believe that the demonstration, if held, can lead to violence. Or undermine public order, public safety, or the running of essential services and so on. That is what the law says.
And so far,
so even the request for organizers of a demonstration to postpone or relocate the demonstration must be based on reasonable grounds.
Right.
And they had not canvassed any such reasonable grounds. So initially, we opposed them. But Johnny, in good faith, people don't know this. In good faith, we met them and said, look, we won't do it overnight again. We don't want to stretch you. The law says we should have given you at least 5 days notice. We gave you 20 days notice because we are law abiding. We want you to provide security for the demonstration.
Are you surprised that the police
if you don't want 48 hours, no problem. We will close the first day and come at 12 p.m. the next day. And then the second day we'll close at 5, 12 to 5. But the first day we will close at 10 p.m. And they said, what rules will you use? We gave them the rules. Then after debate, because initially they said that we will not allow you to go to the Jubilee House because it is a security zone.
Right.
Then we asked them, but will you allow us to go to Parliament House? They said yes. Then we said, is Parliament House a security zone or not? They were scratching their heads. They couldn't answer. Will you allow us to go to the Ministry of Finance? They said yes. Is the Ministry of Finance a security zone or not? They were scratching their heads. They couldn't answer.
The police?
Yes. The Director of Operations, they were all there. And we said, look, have we had demonstrations at Jubilee House before? They said no. And then we showed them photographs of Occupy Flagstaff House demonstration. And even demonstrations some of us have led. Demonstrations against the brutalities that were meted out to citizens during the Ayawaso West Wagon by-elections. We showed them all that. Then they accepted the rules and the location for the demonstration. The only outstanding issue was the 10 p.m. closure time for day one.
Okay.
And then we said, we have compromised enough. We will provide lighting and everything. In any case, illumination is not a problem here. And we are embarking on a peaceful demonstration. So it shouldn't be a problem. They said no. So on 22nd June, we wrote to them and said, look, you know what? We agree with you. We will close the demonstration before 10 p.m. Let's meet and discuss the details. That same day at 11 a.m., myself, Ishaka Awudu, Communication Secretary of the PNC, Lustewa Nanapoku of the MPP, Comrade Buja Gyamfi, we met the Director of Operations of the Police Service in his office. Quote me, if you like, ask him. He proposed that we find, they are proposing for us to close the first day of the demonstration before 9 falls, which is 6 p.m.
Right.
We say we will close at 10 p.m. So let's find the median of these two times.
Right.
And we agreed on 8 p.m.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
So why is the police now issuing
And we then agreed that we will close at 8 p.m.
So why is the police issuing statements?
Because politicians are dictating to IGP Dampare on what to do. That is why I feel embarrassed. This thing we are doing, we are even fighting for them.
How are you fighting?
Look at the skyrocketing prices of food and basic commodities. Why police people, they don't buy fuel, they don't buy food, they don't buy cement, they don't buy iron rods. Have they seen any commensurate increase in their salaries? Even releases to the service are not going. This thing is about Ghana. We have come to an agreement. If you want to review the 8, because politicians are complaining, call us. By the way, we don't have any problem with they going to court. They should serve us. Our lawyers are ready. And let me tell you, I'm very happy they have gone to court.
Why?
Because at the end of the day, by 12 p.m. Tuesday, the law will be on the side of Arise Ghana.
You are sure?
I am sure. I'm told by Bernard Mona, who I understand has been served, that his lawyers will be in court. And we are sure of victory. Even if that order goes against us, we will appeal it and we will file a stay of execution.
Do you think that
we will use the law because we are law-abiding citizens and peace-loving citizens? We will use the law. We will not defy a court order, but we will use the law to challenge whatever they are doing, and the law will allow us to demonstrate.
Do you think the police is trying to give you a taste of what they gave to fix the country?
And this has been going on for a long time, and people thought that with this new IGP, there would have been a change. It is sad that this IGP who started so well is going on this path.
Are you disappointed?
Highly disappointed. But they will not be able to break our resolve because the power of the people is powerful than the people in power. Okay, listen. Do you know the reason why the police says they will not allow us to do the demonstration beyond 6?
Tell me.
Because they say that there are terrorist attacks and terrorist threats in Africa.
Right.
Master, show me one terrorist attack that happened on the back of a demonstration. And show me one terrorist attack that happened in the night. Show me one. Show me one terrorist attack that happened on the back of a demonstration, whether in Burkina or in Mali or Guinea. And show me one terrorist attack that has happened in recent time in the night. They all happened during the day. Johnny, you understand?
Right.
So the reasons they are adducing are far-fetched. Once upon a time, there was a president in this country called John Dramani Mahama. Under him, and by no fault of him, by no fault of his, we're experiencing intermittent power cuts known as doomsday. The MPP, those in power today, in collaboration with some celebrities, I can recall people like Van Vicker, that famous actor, a famous actress that I like so much, Yvonne Nelson, lead a demonstration against doomsday. When did that demonstration take place? Under police protection. In the night. Arise Ghana is not doing a demonstration in the night. We are starting at 12 on the 1. We are converging until 3 and moving after 3. We will get to the Jubilee House by 3:34. And we are saying that because of the length of the speeches, we don't want to take you by surprise. The demonstration may go beyond 6 p.m. And we have made ample arrangement for lighting. And even security to work with you and make sure that there is law and order.
But these are not normal times.
And you have agreed with us that we should close at 8
But these
p.m.
are not normal times. Sammy.
If Suraj, I don't know whether it's DCOP or COP, if DCOP Suraj, Director of Operations, is listening to me, come out and deny whether you were not the one who proposed 8 p.m. as closure time for this demonstration.
He did.
He should come out. I'm daring him. I'm daring him. He should come out.
Do you think the government has a hand in all of what's happening?
That is what they are doing.
To what end?
To frustrate the demonstration. Because you know what? When we compromise that we're going to change the nature of the demonstration and the duration, we had to go back to the communities and communicate that information. So you know what we did?
No.
We postponed the demonstration for 1 week, from 21st to 28th, to allow us time to communicate the changes. Because it's not easy organizing demonstrations. And when you send conflicting information, they can affect the success of the demonstration. And also to afford the police time to provide us with security. We gave them 1 week postponement. And that was a decision we took together with the police. At this 11th hour, you want to change the time for the demonstration. When are we going to go back and communicate that change of time?
President Akufo-Addo was
the demonstration will come on.
Tuesday,
and I am
Wednesday.
optimistic that the time of the demonstration will not change.
So,
and the demonstration,
12 to 3,
and the demonstration will be peaceful.
12 to 3 or
If Dan Parry wants to be violent, if he wants to be unprofessional like some have been, and he wants to attack peaceful demonstrators, we are not afraid of guns. We are not afraid of anything.
That's a serious statement.
If he likes, he should kill all of us.
That's a serious statement you're making.
Mark my words, this demonstration will come on. Then they should prepare for a massacre, a broad daylight mass massacre.
Are you going to have another Kumi Preko?
Then that is what they should do. President Akufo-Addo led Kumi Preko, Wiemi Preko, CME Preko. Today people are doing peaceful. That demonstration was against VAT. We are doing peaceful demonstration against COVID levy, e-levy, high cost of fuel. Master, let's talk about the e-levy, for example. Bawumia told us in August 2020. Dr. Bawumia, sorry. That it is poor people who use Momo. And so Momo should not be taxed. What has changed? That today government has imposed a 1.5% e-levy. that when poor people work so hard and they make some 300, 500, 600 Ghana cedis, and they are sending it to their dependents, their wards, their children, or Momo, they are deducted 1.5%. Today, nephew of President Akufo-Addo and de facto Prime Minister of Ghana, Gabi Ochedako, has told us that out of a projected e-levy revenue of 600 million Ghana cedis, they have only realized 60 million. In fact, my checks show that they have realized they have rigged in only 54 million.
That's because people like you are refusing to pay e-levy.
It is because Ghanaians have arisen and they are saying enough is enough. They will not pay the e-levy. So e-levy, the e-levy that they told us that if you need roads, pay e-levy. If you need jobs, pay e-levy. If you're a contractor and you want payment, pay e-levy. You want hospital, pay e-levy. Your stomach is big and you want flat tummy, pay e-levy. That e-levy, it has collapsed. Yamutu. From a projected revenue of 600 million, you are getting 54 million.
It means we are going to IMF.
The people are speaking to you.
It means we are going to IMF.
I don't care whether they go to IMF or Ouagadougou or Hague. Nobody cares. We are saying that we don't want to pay baller tax. President Kufuor was able to deal with sanitation issues in this country for 8 years without charging us baller tax on petrol and diesel. Alright? President Mills did the same. President Mahama did the same. Why must we pay baller tax on diesel and petrol at this time? Which government in the world is doing that? Which government in the world? Go to Tanzania. The government is cushioning the price of fuel, subsidizing the price of fuel and cushioning the citizens.
Do you think?
Go to Kenya. Go to Rwanda.
Do you think the president will listen?
Are we in Somalia and Afghanistan?
Do you think the president or the government will listen to you after your demonstration?
Once upon a time, we embarked on Kumi Preko demonstration.
Right.
You recall that? Our demonstration was led.
All of those
Kumi Preko was led by Coalition for Social Justice, and some of us were part of that. And one of the key things we protested against was the then obnoxious luxury vehicle tax. You recall the demonstration that brought toilet cars onto the streets, tractors and the rest. 2 days after the demonstration, the nuisance and obnoxious luxury vehicle tax was scrapped. Listen, President Akufo-Addo, he is a serial demonstrator. The only language he understands is demonstration. The only thing that can stop him from renting ultra luxurious jets and chilling with Sewa Bruni and bathing on us is demonstration.
So slow down.
Slow down from what? Is it not true that we saw Sewa Bruni in our presidential jet? Is it not true that a lady, a Ghanaian citizen, has accused our president of using state security, national security, to rob her of her phones and other properties? That is what you use our money for. This president is not interested in governing. He's interested in chilling.
Do you think?
Look at the money they are wasting on refreshment at the presidency. In 9 months in 2019 alone, they spent 24 million cedis, equivalent to 240 billion on refreshment. Because you pass in front of Nanado's Nima residence, and every evening there is a party there.
Really?
At this age, what are you doing with parties? Even we, the boys, we don't have money for parties again. Yet this man, one party after the other. You see him in town at events always dancing. Now he doesn't dance to Asem Papa Mati.
What does he dance?
The Oye song. Oh, you check. So that lack of empathy, that lack of sensitivity, that wastefulness, that reckless expenditure, that lack of accountability is what we are incensed about.
You're disappointed in President Akufo-Addo, are you not?
And Alhaji Bawumia. Because you know the reason why.
But Bawumia's face was not on.
Do you know the reason why?
No.
Food prices are going up, fuel prices are going up.
No.
One of the major factors is because of the free fall of the Ghana cedi, the continuous depreciation of the Ghana cedi. That today, you need more than 8 Ghana cedis to get $1. Yet we have an economic management team chaired by the Vice President, His Excellency Alhaji Bawumia. Today he's nowhere to be found. You know why? Because he's campaigning to be flag bearer and successor to Akufo-Addo, instead of him to fix the broken economy. Where is the $1 he said he had arrested, jailed, and given the keys to the IGP? Where is that $1? Say $1 na change. But we must change. Maza, go to the communities. Yesterday I was at Circle. I was with the mates, with your brother Okateshi Fifa. The trot mates, the drivers, the Kayaye people, the hawkers, Master, people are suffering. It's not easy. People are not buying. Business is bad. There is no money in town. There are no jobs. Unemployment rate has increased from 6% to 13.5%. Today, inflation has moved from 18% to over 28%. Even 83 crore combine. Not Ghana saying that.
But we're not in 1983.
Yes. The more reason why things should be better. We have now 3 oil fields. We have the Jubilee fields. We have the Sankofa fields. We have the 10 fields. President Akufo-Addo has had more revenue than any other government in the history of this country. The last time we checked, he had in total over 500 billion Ghana cedis. He has not built even one hospital, one secondary school. We can see what he's using the money for. He demolished a functioning hospital at Labadi, functioning polyclinic 2 years ago, and promised the people of La a brand new hospital. It's been 2 years. Not even the foundation has been dug. What are we doing to Ghana?
The government is doing Agenda 111.
For 3 years now, a new curriculum has been introduced in basic schools. Primary, JHS, kindergarten. There are no textbooks. The double track is getting worse. Congestion and the no birth syndrome in our hospital is getting worse by the day. You're talking about Agenda 111, right. Another phantom policy.
Oh, come on.
Another pipe dream.
Come on.
They promised to build 88 hospitals in 1 year. Later on, they made it 111 in 1 year. It's been 2 years. The project is still at the foundation stage. Look, this country is retrogressing. We are on a very dangerous path. The problems confronting us today and the people plaguing this country today, they have no respect for you and I.
We are building a cathedral
they don't
to
care.
praise the grace of God upon us.
Stealing in the name of God.
Come on.
You see, President Akufo-Addo
stealing from
listen, President Akufo-Addo stole COVID funds and got away with it.
Oh, but you cannot make those allegations. He stole it where? The finance minister has accounted for it.
If you take COVID funds and you give it to your parliamentary candidate to go and campaign, that is stealing.
That is her claim.
Bomochichi, the alligator has come from beneath the sea to tell you that the crocodile is dead. You want to dispute that? What reason would the parliamentary candidate of the NPP have to lie about monies they have received? You stole COVID monies and got away with it. You stole excavators and got away with it. You stole fertilizer and got away with it. You stole oil. They told us that oil that was stored in the tanks of box evaporated. You remember? And got away with all that. Now you want to steal in the name of God. You see how God has exposed them. Common drawing for a church building. Drawing. Not the building. Drawing on paper. $32 million. When the cost of architectural drawing for the tallest building in the world, the Burj Khalifa, have you been there before?
Right.
Belamundi has been there before.
That's what the Ghana flag.
She can tell you about the Burj Khalifa.
You took her there?
Oh, no. But
okay.
I follow her a lot. You know, I'm a fan.
Oh, okay.
Burj Khalifa, the cost of the architectural drawing, $1.8 million. Akufo-Addo's cathedral at here. Is it rich? Accra?
Yeah, rich.
$32 million. Drawing. They even want to smear the hard-won reputation of our fathers. People we revere. People who have been a blessing to the Ghana and the nations of the world. People who teach us the word of God and inspire us to do right. Revered men of God like Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams, Bishop Dagwood Mills, and so on. Apostle Onyina, Victor Kusi-Boateng. You want to damage the reputation of all these revered men of God, whose only crime was to honor your invitation, okay, for them to come and help you build a house for God. I don't have a problem if Akufo-Addo made a pledge to God and wants to build a cathedral. But don't steal in the name of that project. Don't use public funds in breach of the laws of this country without parliamentary approval. Don't do. I mean, what you are doing,
you're not in support
their
of the
children
cathedral.
and their children's children will pay for it.
How?
There are certain things that you do that you will never go scot-free.
As in the curse.
And one of it is to steal in the name of God. Listen, when David wanted to build a house for God, check Chronicles chapter 20.
Preach.
He called all the elders of Israel, all the captains of Israel. And he spoke to them about that, and he built consensus. He didn't do it in a unilateral manner for glory, because his heart was genuine. And God told him, your hand is full of blood. You can't build me a house, but your son Solomon will build me that house. That should tell you something about the character of God. What that means is that even though God appreciates buildings for him, for his church and so on, your motives must be right, your approach must be right, and you must do it the right way. That is why Jesus told us to give what belongs to Caesar, and what belongs to God to God. He never told us to violate the laws of our countries. So what President Akufo-Addo is doing is that, because he knows that religion is the opium of the masses, he wants to use the cathedral to court. He wants to ride on the sensibilities, the religious sensibilities of the people. But let me tell you, Christians are discerning. No Christians will support the building of a house for God, but no Christian will support $332 million. Trillions of money for the drawing of a cathedral. That is thievery. No Christian will support that. And if Jesus is to come to Ghana today, he won't use a whip, a cane to whip President Akufo-Addo. And how can you even contract a gay activist to build a house for God? How? How can you contract a known, popular, famous gay activist to build a house for God?
Who is that?
David Ajayi. He professes to be a gay activist openly, and he's the one building a house for God. Is that not an insult? Listen, this demonstration, the cathedral matter, will come to it one day.
Right.
But this demonstration is about hardships. We are suffering.
Okay.
People are suffering. So high cost of fuel, we want fuel costs to come down. We are saying no to the Japa deal. We are saying no to the looting of state lands, especially the Achimota Forest Reserves. When Sir John was coming from his village, we know to Accra, he didn't come with any parcel of lands. How come that one person has stolen not 5, not 10, not 20, but 32 plots of lands?
The matter is in court, so you cannot...
For his cousins and nephews forever.
You cannot run a verdict. The matter is in court. Sub judice. Let's not go there.
But
you say
we are calling all Ghanaians.
I know, I'll give you 30 seconds to do that. But you say you are against the Japa deal. I want your thoughts on it. Why are you against it? The government has explained over and over again why we need to do this. Why are you against it?
The Jaboni deal, you mean? You see, what is the Japa deal or a Jaboni deal we are talking about? President Akufo-Addo says he is going to take a loan of $500 million. $500 million. Spend it today on the back of our gold royalties,
right,
which is revenue from our mineral resources. He is monetizing that. He is going to take $500 million,
right,
spend it today, and in perpetuity, until this world is destroyed, until Jesus returns, a few people we don't know will be controlling Ghana's gold, bauxite, manganese royalties forever.
Okay.
And we are saying this is thievery. We will not accept it. Enough is enough. You have collateralized ESLA until 2035. Today we pay taxes to pay debt. You have collateralized the GET fund for 10 years. Today the GET fund, which is supposed to be used for educational infrastructure, has become a debt collection center. They take taxes to pay debt. They took $1.5 billion on the back of GET fund alone, yet they have not built one secondary school. And you want us to allow you to monetize our good? What will future generations depend on? If Kofor Rawlings, if Akufo-Addo's father who became president in 1969
yeah,
had monetized our gold resources, in Akufo-Addo to good, what kind of leadership is this? Leadership that doesn't even care about the future. And so please, you can see that already I'm losing my voice.
I know.
You can see that already I'm not even feeling well. But we are doing this for God and country.
Pseudo NDC demonstration. Your demonstration. Arise Ghana.
Well, Johnny Hughes, Dr. Randiabe, Samson Ladi Ayenini, Philip Osebonsu endorse a pseudo NDC demonstration. Well, Dr. Nyahuta Makulu, a founding member of the MPP, endorse and attend an NDC demonstration. Well, Dr. Richard Anane, Dr. Rekubube endorse an NDC demonstration. Those saying that, are they more MPP than these people? So now, all the drivers in Ghana, they are NDC people. Okada people, all of them, they are NDC people. Fishermen and fishmongers, all of them, NDC people. Please, let's stop this. You have seen the Wulome, the Lakpa Wulome for the La traditional area, a known and staunch MPP member, and in fact, a financier of the MPP. He and others led the Dumso demonstration in 2015. He says that he is renting buses for the people of Ladadikotopo. Haven't you seen the video? Lakpa Wulumo. And the Wulomos in Accra will come in their numbers, in their regalia. The depot people are coming from Ada. Ghana will be there. So the people are rising.
There will be depot girls on the demonstration.
I'm telling you, you can't target with any partisan tag. It won't work. This is about
depot
Ghana.
girls. They'll be on the demonstration.
They will come. You will see all of them. The fishermen will come with their canoe.
Hey.
The drivers will come with their toilet cars. There will be low beds there. There will be tractors. There will be cargo cars there. There will be taxis.
Wow.
This demonstration is historic.
On that depot.
Don't be left out. Be part of it.
We have to go.
Come early.
What
By
time?
12,
You
we are
say
there.
12?
At Circle, we are not working for long. There will be a lot of speeches there. And we're inviting the international media and the local media, CNN, BBC, Al Jazeera, AP News, all of them will be there. So come. Johnny, I want you to come and speak. Come and do Johnny's buys there. And I want Belamundi to also come. Come and speak. This thing is about Ghana.
I hear you. Sammy,
it is no longer about
so
NDC and
28,
MPP.
29,
we can
Wednesday,
do the politics later. We can do the campaign
Tuesday,
later.
Wednesday.
For now, we want the country fixed.
I see. Tuesday, Wednesday at the Obra Sport.
Yes.
Arise Ghana. Yeah, well, we have to arise. If we supported, what do you call it? Occupy Flagstaff House and all of those ones. We went through the rain. I think that essentially we're all talking about letting Ghana rise again and given the exigencies of the time, even elements within government endorsing and saying that, look, things are not going the way they have to go. I think it's about time we rose. Maybe we need a shake-up and we need to wake up, smell the coffee. Tuesday, Wednesday, 12 to 3 at your brass spot, and then it will go all the way. Well, it's a matter of contestation now in court. I understand, but they want to close at 8. Police says close before 6. We'll see how it goes. Now they say 3. IGP Dampare, good morning to you. Sammy Gyamfi, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks for having me, my brother. I'll be expecting to see you.
I hear you.
Yeah.
We'll see you after the break. There's more